Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm your host and installer, Dwayne Lee, and you are at Creativeville Concepts. While the magic happens, we have a good show for you coming up. So stay tuned. Shh. Hello and welcome back to the office here at Creativeville Concepts. My name is Dwayne Lee, your host and installer, where all the magic happens. So today I am working on these upper rear quarter panels for my 2007 FJ Cruiser. So, you know, whenever you start these restoration jobs and projects, guys, I want to go back and, you know, just remind you guys, whenever you start doing this and you start pulling these panels off, door panels, handles, you know, whatever the case is, make sure that you keep up with these clips. A lot of times they'll get stuck on the body of the vehicle and not come off. You know, they'll actually come out like that. And if they're missing, you know, 9 out of 10, they're stuck on the frame of the body, wherever you pulled it off at. So make sure use your grab tools, you know, pry it off and stick them back on the panel. Makes it easier to put back in place. So what I'm doing today, since I had to pull these panels out because I'm replacing the headliner, so a lot of these things had to come out. You know, I ran new cables for the rear camera that I'm installing in this thing, updating the speakers, you know, whatnot. So I'm actually cleaning, and if you guys, no, this is clean over here. I just wanted to show you guys. I've already started cleaning this side. Now this side you can't really tell, right? Unless I take something and kind of wipe it like this. And you can kind of see a little dirt there, but there it is. A little bit more dirt. What happened is I had to re-record these things. I'm not that great when it comes to, you know, recording and trying to work at the same time. So I appreciate you guys' patience with that. So there you go, it's a little bit more dirt. So I'm actually working on both sides. You know, you guys are probably asking, well, you know, Dwayne, why are you cleaning the inside? You're not even going to see that. Well, like I said, if you're doing a restoration, these things are out anyway. You know, if there's dirt, mud, hair, you know, whatever the case is, dead bugs, spider webs, you know, go ahead and clean them up. Once you get everything back in place, now you guys might want to put Dynamat, you know, which is an insulate, you know, it's an insulation to actually sound deaden a lot of things, you know, makes the cabin more quiet. So I'm actually going to do that to the roof of this FJ, you know, once I get to that stage of it, which it's going to be a couple months, guys. So, you know, this thing's going in the paint shop, so I can't do a lot to it right now, but I have all the parts in bags, not necessarily labeled because I know where everything goes. So, you know, and that's going back to my previous video that I did. Like I said, if you take on these projects, make sure you got some zipper, you know, these freezer bags. But anyway, like I said, guys, you know, I'm in the process of cleaning these things up. I've already cleaned the parts up in here, which is all the handles, different things. You got the A pillar, the B pillar. So I got the visors over there. They're nice and clean. I actually ordered one new visor because the other one was ripped and stuff. So you know, I actually ordered one with the mirror in it. So, you know, 2007, I don't think they had a driver mirror available. So the later models, I think they ran from 2007 to 2014. So I actually got a newer model visor. So whenever I get all this thing put back together, that'll be going in, and I can't wait to show you guys. I can't wait to actually put everything back together. A lot of parts going on it. Thank you guys for you know, watching my channel, subscribing to my, you know, my channel and stuff. If you got any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Okay guys, welcome back to the tech session portion of this video tutorial. Working on the 2007 FJ Cruiser. I'm Dwayne Lee and you're at Creative L Concepts, where all the magic happens. So I'm going to show you guys a comparison test of the material that is in your headliner, that is in most vehicles, foreign and domestic, and this is it right here. Now from this camera angle you can just about see through it. I'm going to show it, put it in front of this flashlight here so you can actually see it a little bit better. So yeah, basically you can see right through this material. And this is a standard headliner material. Of course, you know, it comes in different colors or whatnot, but it's just, you know, for the life of me, I just don't understand why they make such a cheap, you know, I mean, I can from a standpoint of, you know, a company wanting you to, you know, purchase another vehicle, you know, once materials start getting scratched up and worn and different things. But this is really just, you know, cheap. I mean, my God, you know, if you bought a Barbie Jeep for your daughter and it so-called had a, you know, a headliner in it, it would probably be better material than this right here. This is just totally unacceptable, you know, from an engineering standpoint, from my view. But again, you know, you're looking at these companies that are in business to make money. If cars last forever, then they wouldn't sell parts for them, and you know, you wouldn't be buying a new car. So with that said, this is the material that I actually had installed in the FJ. Now, as you can see, if I'm gonna get it close to this light right here, I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to focus it with my camera. I apologize for this thing. I got my camera, my phone camera set to autofocus. There it is a little bit. So as you can see, okay, the suede material at the top, there is a darker and it's a more dense, okay, foam under the suede, and then you have another fiber, okay, that's under it that gives it a little bit more support. As you can see, you cannot see through this, you know, from this angle, and even holding it over the flashlight, there is no light coming through there at all. So, you know, everyone knows that, you know, leather is a lot more durable. Suede is just as equally durable, you know, but it does have a pattern when you, you know, actually sway it back and forth. Now, I haven't done enough research to find out if actual leather is more durable than suede. In some cases, from my view, I don't think leather is, because, you know, it's all these are dyed. But leather prone to either fade or it doesn't give as much. And like I mentioned earlier, you know, if you do get your headliner or different things wrapped, you know, especially a headliner, because you have deep like pockets where your grab handles go, your seat belt brackets go. So, you know, this material does have to stretch. So that's why this actually looks, you know, it fits a lot better. You know, even though it's cheap. The suede is not going to be as forgiving as the standard, you know, fabric for the headliner. So in conclusion, I hope this gave you guys some insight in the headliner world of materials and, you know, different options. Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Dwayne Lee and you're at Creative L Concepts, where all the magic happens. So I'm doing something a little bit different here. I'm filming inside of my living room here, so I ran out of space in the shop because I currently have a vehicle in there. So you're looking at the 2007 FJ Cruiser headliner that I pulled out of my vehicle. I just dropped it off in the shop today, so I had to pull off the spare tire cover as well, and you can see the camera that I actually custom installed in there. That turned out really well. And let me show you the flip side of this, because I actually put a lock cable in here. Looks kind of messy, but you're not going to see it from the outside. But basically, someone can't just pull this cover off and take it with them. I'm just not sure why they don't really, you know, make a locking cable or whatever for your covers. They're not terribly expensive, but you know, it might be a pain in the butt. You know, if you purchase one and you go outside one day, or you know, come out the mall or store and your cover's missing. So food for thought there. There's the front bumper. I'm actually doing some work to that. I have new lights going in, a new grille. There's the center console right there. I had to take it out, clean it up. So for you owners of FJs, you know, people don't buy these things just to sit them around. You know, they really off-road in them, and so you know, it's pretty much taken me more time to clean up these different parts of the vehicle. The headliner was soiled, you know, a little bit. You know, the fabric was compromised and all that stuff. So just a better option for me to change it out while I was doing that work to it and getting the roof repaired, because they're prone to leak on the roof rack. So if you pull up your research on FJ Cruisers, you know, that's a common problem with them. So, you know, bad points for Toyota for that. You know, off-road. It's a very nice off-road vehicle, and everything else has got pluses on it, but you know, they lose points on that one. So with these headliners, if you're pulling them out by yourself, I suggest that you find a friend or something. They are very large, and it's just so awkward to try to pull out. You got your seat belts in the way, even though I pulled the panels out, and I did show some you know, some footage of that earlier. So the two options you have is to use the standard fabric that all the cars come with, basically the headliner, unless you're buying a Rolls Royce or something that comes with suede. Well, in this option, there's a place called Car Care, and they actually do, you know, headliners, and they do upholstery. So I was really surprised, because I chose the option to get suede, and I was really surprised. It was right at $200. You know, hats off to these guys. I guess they do it so much, but actually there's a little twist to this story, because when the guy gave me the price, he didn't look at either some of the updates or whatever it was. You know, when they do inventory and they order materials, there was another person that actually was done that, and he said, hey, wait, hold on, you know, this suede is like twice the price you quoted the guy. Well, they honored the first price, which, you know, thank you guys for doing that. So I basically got suede, black suede, for $200. They did a really good job. You know, now the difference in when you're doing suede, you know, of course it looks nice when you rub it each direction and gives it a pattern and whatnot. It's a lot more durable material, but the drawbacks, you know, are when you get to some of these areas where, like, that's where the grab handles go, right there. That's the light, you know, the center dome light, and has a rear one. You run into a problem depending on your vehicle, how deep this goes. You might get some maybe some wrinkling a little bit, because it is suede and it doesn't give as much as regular material. So but anyway, all in all, it turned out real good. I can't wait to get this thing in there. I've got some more things I'm going to do to it, and I will be shooting some more footage in a little bit. So I hope you guys, your days are going good. It's like 93 degrees here. So I'm really enjoying staying in the house, just working on these other things here. Actually, I'm going to switch over to the office so I can show you guys a few things in there. So I'll be right back. Switching over to the office, here we are. So, all right, you're looking at the cluster housing right here. I got this thing out, I'm cleaning it up. You know, it had dirt, mud everywhere on it, so, you know, I'm just it never ceases to amaze me, you know, some of the parts that I'm pulling out, and there's actual mud in these things, and I know that they're designed and built for that. So what I mentioned earlier to you guys, so, you know, if you do take on this task of pulling out your headliner or anything dealing with your car, make sure that you separate your parts. See, I have things in bags here. These are the grab handles, or the old, you know what, handles, depending on, you know, how you want to phrase it. So yeah, you know, separate them, the screws, the little brackets, clips, different things. Remember how they came off, and they'll go back on the same way. So I got the visors cleaned up here, and you know, just going to continue working on this thing until it comes out the shop. So I do have a couple of surprises. This right here, I'm just going to give you guys a little, not even a hint really, but this thing is actually going into the headliner, that piece there. So you guys can figure out what's going in there. Leave it in the comment section. For those who do installs, when you see that, you're like, oh, so that's what you're doing in there. So yeah, anyway, can't wait for everything to come together. So again, I hope you guys are doing well. Want you guys to have a blessed day. It's 93 degrees outside, so if you're outside, make sure you're hydrated and all that stuff. And I will be shooting some more video footage. Again, this is Dwayne Lee. You're in my shop right here. You gotta excuse it's a little messy. But anyway, Creative L Concepts, where all the magic happens, and see you in the next video.